you click on the names. So yeah, we were voting on whether or not to go to group me or kick, and I was like, well, group me because you can actually see who the fuck is talking. We'll all put a little picture of what team we're on. I said, you got the GMs and AGMs in here.
Yeah. Like,
we're gonna have the same picture.
Why didn't we just go WhatsApp?
I don't. Yeah, they didn't want to go WhatsApp. But anyway, I left there. I don't care. Kick group. No, just message me on the side if you need me.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Windsor did make a good call on picking up Reaper as their AGM because he kind of knows what he's doing. But
DGH Reaper has been a management since leagues were invented, and he is management in every league that has been invented.
Yeah,
That guy. I think the guy might either he has a whole lot of time on his hands or he spreads himself very thin. Because he is management everywhere.
Yeah, but I do have to agree with you on that, though. I think that they might be in that doghouse.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is the doghouse. There it is, and my kids are starting to act up again. I have to yell at them like every 5 minutes because they forget what I told them. Hey, why are we being loud? Why are we jumping on my bed? Why are we in my bedroom?
Why are we at my desk? Why are we walking around naked? Why are we throwing food?
Yeah. Why is this stuff happening? This is the only good one. Right? Only good one.
He's
gonna grab my face. No.
He'll only be good for a certain amount of time, and then he'll turn into them.
Oh, of course. Of course. My daughter's actually the one that helps the most. But yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. Anybody got anything else?
Do we just want to kind of finish off with saying our experience in the leagues a little bit, just so people get to know us a little better?
Yeah, why not? For those who don't,
for
those who don't know, by mercy and grace.
All right.
Let's get your start in the LG.
Let's see. This is my third season in LG. I've played goaltender exclusively. I came into the league as a prospect and got approached to be AGM of the Kitchener Rangers in Season 6. And we did that for a little bit, and nothing against the guy I was with at all. He's a great guy, but we were both very busy at the time and couldn't do a lot of time, so I actually dropped out of that. I ended up coming back into the league around about week 6. We pushed pretty deep into the playoffs. Not pretty deep. We lost in the second round. Let's be honest about that. We did take them to 7 games, though. A pretty good team, the Peterborough Petes, were eventually in the Memorial Cup week. That was fun. I played last season in the AHL for the Toronto Marlies. Again, we lost in the second round of the playoffs in a Game 7. So
you're not Mr. Game 7.
I am not. Well, my availability is kind of poor. I work in the evenings, Tuesday through Friday. So it's hard for me to be too terribly useful in the postseason. I'm working on changing that, but you know, I like my job, and I'm not about to quit my job for a video game league.
Yeah.
And this season, I was drafted by the Owen Sound Attack, and I am currently their captain. And I'm really looking forward to this season. It's going to be great.
All right, Quinn.
I've been around leagues for a long time. I met Mike when we both were staff in the IOHL. But this is LG, so I'm just going to focus on LG. I don't remember what season because I've been here for a while, but I started off, I think it was Season 2 of the CHL in Oshawa. They won the Memorial Cup, but I really didn't play much, so I don't count that. Then next season, I managed Brandon in the CHL. I ended up dropping out because my GM was Wintroop, and he was being a real ass, so I had no other choice. And then, basically, I came back 2 seasons later. I GM'd Grand Rapids with Crosby. He ended up quitting. I took over, took that team into the playoffs, or lost first round. Then, Season 6 CHL, Mike and I, or Breck Easy and I, started the team. Breck Easy, Chikutmi, Breck Easy dropped out for personal reasons a couple weeks in, so I got Mike to pick up the slack and help me out. And so him and I created a really good team, and we both took it to the finals, and we lost in Game 3 against Belleville, which we are now sour about due to the whole bullet incident, but that's besides the point. And then last season, Mike and I went to the AHL. We managed Wilkes-Barre. I had to leave about halfway through the season due to a car accident. I was hospitalized for a while. I went in detail about that in one of his Wheelhouse episodes. So I was basically out for the last half, so Mike ran the team himself. Huge props to him for that. And then now we're here. Got a CHL management job managing Mississauga because we wanted to come back to the CHL. And yeah, so that's basically where we are now.
All right. Well, I started league in the IOHL. Their season 3. I played multiple leagues for them, multiple seasons for them. Became their president for a few seasons. Was staff over there. That's where I met Quinn. Couple teams over there. I came to the LG. This is my 3rd full season in the LG. I came to the LG about 5 or 6 seasons, and I just I played here and there. Times weren't conducive for my job until I switched jobs. So my first full season, I was drafted by Niagara, traded after the first week to Kootenay, became the AGM after Breck left, like Quinn said. We made it all the way to the cup, blah, blah, blah. Went over to Wilkes-Barre. I took over kind of the GM role, but was still the AGM over there in Wilkes-Barre after Quinn freaking got into his car accident. The whole thing was that if in order to replace him as management, he would have had to quit. And in quitting, he would have had to take a couple season suspension. So I just said, screw it, put him on IR, and I'll take it. So
good guy, Mike.
That's the reason why, I had to run it myself. Because I didn't think because of a car accident that he should be banned for 2 seasons. That didn't make any sense to me. So we ended up getting knocked out first round, and this season we decided because of the new game and the fact that we weren't used to it, nor were we going to be familiar with some of the people that were coming into the league, it being a new game on a new system, we decided to take another CHL job. And here we are, Saga. Usually that's something I do at the beginning of the show. I don't know why.
It's okay. About it. Good finish.
Yeah, good finish.
Whatever.
Quality radio.
Yeah.
Quality radio. Maybe we'll have our shit together next time. This is kind of something we threw together last second. So from myself, Quinn, and by Mercy, gaming. Keep it on the ice.